Hi, today we're going to make a simple wooden bowl out of a piece of cherry log and demonstrate the use of several of my bowl adzes. First thing we're going to do is find how this cherry wants to naturally split. We've got a natural occurring split line right in here. We're going to take advantage of that with our wedges and sledgehammer and split this into two bowl blanks. Bethany, scoot back. And there we have two halves of a cherry log. We'll pick out which one we want for our bowl. This one is a little bit smaller. This is the deeper one. We'll make our bowl out of this thicker of the two pieces. The next thing is to use a hatchet and smooth down and flatten one side. Now that this side is roughly flat, we'll turn it around and chop most of the bark off.
Dad, I'm going to do a video too.
Now that we have the bark off, I'll go ahead and start laying out the outline of the bowl. I like to do this by eye. You can spend some time and do some really nice measurements and get everything very even and do a really good job. But you can also, with a little bit of practice, have a general idea of what you want and you sketch it out by eye. We're going for sort of a Scandinavian folksy, folk art sort of bowl here. This will be a bark up bowl that gives a really fun pattern to the growth rings. Okay, we'll probably make that a little bit bigger. There. Like so. That's really rough, but that will get us started and give us a place to aim for. Now we'll begin hollowing with the bowl adze. We're going to start in the very middle of what will be the bowl and chop from one side and then the other, starting our hollow. I start out with a one-handed technique. I swing with a long, powerful stroke. Notice that the adze pivots in the palm of my hand and it rotates in an arc. That way the cutting edge engages with a lot of force as I start the hollowing of the bowl. Now I switch to a two-handed technique. My right hand holds the adze handle. My left hand braces my right wrist. I can get a very powerful chop that way. Again, notice that the adze is pivoting in the palm of my hand and rotating in a tight arc. I like carving with my low bench. Here I've driven 2 pegs into holes in the bench and set a piece of 1x4 up to act as a stock that I can carve against. Here's our progress so far. As I get closer to the final size and shape of the bowl, my technique changes again. Now I sit down on the bench and I'm still using pretty powerful swinging action, but I'm getting closer to the final line. The closer I get to my final size of the bowl, the less pronounced the pivoting, swinging action is. I'll start at the very top of the bowl up near the edge and work my way slowly down to the center. I'll start a chip and I'll chase that chip all the way down. The closer that I get with the adze, the less gouge work that I have. The adze work basically done. We'll switch to using a couple of different gouges. Here I've got a long bent gouge with a large, comfortable handle, and here I've got kind of a dog leg gouge for hitting the very bottom of the bowl. I like to start this gouge work while the bowl is still in a rough blank. It has a good firm foundation to sit on. There's a lot of stability in the weight of all that extra wood. And here's our finished bowl. We've got the inside carved using the adze, a couple of gouges. Notice that carving with the bark up, we get these concentric rings like the ripples in a pond when you throw a rock in. Thanks for watching Bowl Carving Part 1. In the next part in this video, we'll carve the outside of this cherry bowl.